Hey, what's going on, everybody? I really need to get like some crazy intro music or something. Get everybody hyped up, right before we go live. Um, yeah, no, cool. Thanks for being here. I'm studying for my OSCP, so I've got my OSCP on Sunday. This is my third attempt at it, and yeah, I've just been kind of studying, trying to practice hack the box, and figured, what the hell, might as well stream it in case you guys want to help me out as my studying progresses, or if maybe I can teach you something as we go along. So, should be a good time. Typically, ideally, I'd have someone like on voice chat because talking to myself is kind of weird. But so feel free, please engage with me in the chat if you're actually watching this, and feel free to leave a comment or whatever and talk with me as we go. I don't think I'm gonna post this up live for replay afterwards, but we might. So yeah, at the moment I'm going after, I don't know how you pronounce the box. I think Cronos or Cronos. I'm not sure. I believe it's a Linux box. Let's just ping it real quick to see. So it's at 10.10.10.13. And yeah, so the TTL is 63, so we could tell for sure it's a Linux machine. If it was Windows, this would say something like 124 is default for Windows, and then in the 60s is default for Linux. So we're going against a Linux box, and I'm just waiting for our nmap to come back with whatever results it's going to come back with. I probably should have added the -v flag, so that way it'd be verbose, but you live and you learn. So just let that run. Actually, I think, yeah. So I just increased the verbosity by hitting the V key. So who knows, maybe we can actually see ports as they are found. But then, if I were to just see if maybe port 80 is open, usually they are on these hack the box machines. Nice. So we're looking at an Ubuntu page. Just going through the source right now, seeing if maybe I can find anything. Sometimes in like a capture the flag type thing, you'll find like hard-coded credentials or something stupid. Other times we might be able to just identify what CMS it's running, right? So like if we see like WP admin or Drupal or something like that. But I mean, in this case, just pretty basic default Apache page. So nothing too helpful there. Looking through, configuration overview. Nice. I don't have it yet, but I'm going to go out and get the Wapalizer add-in. I just updated my Kali to like the new version. And I'm still getting used to it, man. It's like a bit of an adjustment period. But that means that a lot of the tools I'm used to having I don't have right now. So Wapalizer is one of them. And we'll just say, yeah, why not? Refresh the page here. So Apache 2.4.18 on Ubuntu. Nice. Okay, so that's what we're going against, it looks like. Let's see if we can figure out if it's running no.php. Okay, so it's definitely using HTML. Doesn't look like we know for sure if it's using PHP or not. Robots.txt was not found. Let's just go ahead and start up a GoBuster. So I just like to do it this way. I'll locate the word list I want to use, and then we'll come back and we'll say GoBuster dir mode, U for URL, W for word list, because I already have that copied. Come back for the U. Grab that guy. Cool. Extensions, we know it's running HTML. I'll also do TXT. Hopefully that won't take too long. We'll see. I'm also going to, real quick, just make a directory here called GoBuster. And then we can output that into GoBuster. And I'll say root.go. Why not? Root.dir. Yeah, let's run it. And I don't have GoBuster. Sudo apt install GoBuster. Again, man. New Kali installs. I never have the tools I need. Okay. Let's try it again. Go. And we'll let that do its thing. Looks like nmap completed, so we can go ahead and look at the contents here. Nice, so we've got SSH on 22. Looks like we've got 53 for DNS. 80. Does this leak its host name? It doesn't look like it does. Obviously, we know about 80. We're doing our go bust against that. And looks like that is it. So this 53 for DNS might be the next thing we want to enumerate. Okay. So we're going to let that run with GoBuster. If we come in, let's just real quick do an ns lookup. Really? Apt install ns lookup. Sudo unable to locate ns lookup. That's super weird. What is ns lookup on Kali Linux? I mean, yeah, I guess I could just use dig to probably do the same thing. DNS utils. Let's try that. What I want to do is drop into NSLookup. I'll set my server as this box, and then I'll see if maybe we can like query localhost, try to pull out a host name or something. Let's see if NSLookup. Nice, we do have it now. We'll set server to 10.10.10.13, and then we could try to query it for that. So we don't have a reverse lookup configured to leak its host name in that way. I mean, I guess we could try this with like .2. And still not working. We could try localhost. And we bricked the box. Just kidding. I'm going to go to my own blog. And I'm going to search for DNS. Because I went through and I created, if this is the first time you're seeing this, basically I just use my own website as like a place to store notes. And so as I go through and I learn new things, I'll go ahead and I'll throw them into like one of these categories. But I've got this enumeration cheat sheet. And just as I go through and I learn different ways to enumerate different services, I'll make a cheat sheet about it that I can reference later on. And again, it's all public, so feel free to take a look. But one of them is this enumerating DNS on port 53. And it kind of just talks about exactly what I just tried right there. Couldn't find it. We could also try 10.10.10.13. Oh, cool. That worked. So we've got cronos.htb. I'm going to grab this whole thing, and let's just throw that into localhost lookup via NSLookup. Hopefully that's not too small for you guys to read. Hey, what's up, 4AG2? What do I call you, man? It's kind of awkward calling you 4AG2, I feel like, but whatever works, dude. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is come back to this guy. And I've talked about doing zone transfers in here. Let's just try a zone transfer, dude. Let's just fucking go all the way. So if we copy this, come back. I always like to copy my command and then like edit it. Hopefully, there we go. I can zoom in a bit. And then we can just edit this, right? So this is 10.10.10 dot, what's the IP? 13. And then we need the domain, which is cronos.htb, I believe. Hey, what's up, Codex? What's going on, guys? Yeah, if you guys are just popping in, I said kind of like in the beginning that usually I feel like it'd be really cool to do like voice chats with someone, at least one person, so I'm not just talking to myself for an hour, because that feels weird, but it's all good. So anyway, also, I'm not pretending to be an expert in anything, so if I'm doing something and you're just like, what the hell is he doing? Call me out, man. I'm trying to learn from you guys just as much as I'm trying to teach the little bit that I do know. So we'll come back, try the zone transfer here. Ooh, we got something. So looks like we have a list of host names. We've got admin, cronos.htb, and then just that name server, NS1. So that's cool. Admin. You know, we only have like a couple items in here, but you know, pretend like we had a lot. We could use a tool like Aquatone to automate taking a screenshot of that. So just to show you like what that's like if you guys haven't seen it. So let's run this again. I'm just going to call this dns.out. Why not? So if we cat out dns.out, we've got that. And then we can pipe this into a cut command. And I can just use... Actually, I think cut uses a space by default. So I think I can just come in and say field position 1. And it pulled out all this crap. And then we can just sort it uniquely. I'm sure there's a cleaner way to do all this. I don't even know why I'm going through all that trouble. I can just copy these two items. Those are like the only two that I care about looking at. So then I can come in and we can vhost.txt, paste those in. Cool. And while I'm at it, let's go ahead and edit Etsy hosts. And we will add 10, 10, 10, 13. Yeah, so what I was doing there was they call it a zone transfer attack. Basically, it's just asking the domain the DNS server. It's saying like, give me a list of all of your records. It's made for, like, let's say you've got multiple DNS servers in the same environment. You would want to allow those two servers to kind of like synchronize with each other. So this command is basically just requesting, hey, can I synchronize my database with yours? And then if it's successful, it'll just dump everything out to the console. This usually is it's a misconfiguration. Like, you don't want to allow that in a real environment. It's not terrible, I guess, if it's on an internal network. I mean, it's bad, but it's not terrible. Where it gets really, really bad is on like externally facing domain servers, because if you can query an externally facing DNS server and dump all of the records for it, it makes enumerating all of the live web hosts like so much easier, because you can just take that list, throw it against a tool like HTTP Probe, which is a tool that Tom Nom Nom made, and it'll tell you like all of these hosts are alive and they point to these IP addresses. So yeah, it's just a really easy way to kind of fingerprint a ton of domain names and a ton of IPs by just asking the DNS server, tell me everything you know. So that's kind of what we did there. What I'm doing now is I'm taking the results, and again, I've only got two results here, but imagine this list had like 20, right? Like 20 different host names or something. I wouldn't want to manually go to each one, because the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to admin.cronos.htb, right? And I've got to edit my etc host so this resolves. I could also edit my etc resolve file to point my DNS server to use this machine, and then it would be able to resolve that too. I just don't like doing that because you'll lose internet access if you do that, because these machines don't have internet access. So I'm going to do it this way. So that cronos.htb, and then I think admin.cronos.htb. I think you can do it this way, where you just like have a space between the two. I could be wrong, but we'll see. So if I write that, in theory now, if I were to ping cronos.htb, it resolves. And if I ping admin.cronos.htb, it also resolves. Okay, cool. So that's good. So now that we've got those resolving, I should in here have my host.txt, and I have a typo, so I'm just going to come in here and we're going to say move host.ttxt to hosts.txt. Cannot find move because it's mv. Okay. So I've got my host.txt file that should just contain those two URLs, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a tool called Aquatone, because I could come in here and I can manually browse to admin.cronos.htb. That's not what I wanted. Admin.cronos.htb. Cool, and we get that. But if I wanted to automate the process, because I had a ton of them, I could just search like GitHub Aquatone. Again, it's a super awesome tool. I would highly recommend you guys use this if you're ever, if you do a zone transfer and you got a ton of hosts, or if you're on an internal network assessment and you've got 60 different web servers that you find with your Nmap scans or with your Nessus scan, and you just wanted to try to figure out which one to look at first. Aquatone's a great way to do that. So I'm just going to come in, I think under releases, we can just download the binary, which Aquatone Linux, AMD64, I think that's what I want. So we'll download that guy. Maybe. I will say save. Okay, so we've got him, and let's just go ahead and move that Aquatone here. I'm actually going to move my Aquatone. I'm going to move that, then I'll need to use sudo. I'm going to move it into my opt directory because I'll probably use it all the time. Great. And then, after doing that, we'll go in and just change into opt. And is it just... Oh, I moved it as Aquatone. It's still a zip file, so I think I can unzip Aquatone like that. I will say yes to all. And I don't know what happened. Permission denied. We will come back. Just in case, I'm going to make a directory called Aquatone. I don't know. Say, damn, hold on. Sudo move Aquatone to aquatone.zip, move aquatone.zip into the make dir aquatone, and then move it into the directory called aquatone. Great, change into that directory, and now we can do a sudo unzip on this aquatone zip file. Got my file, and it made an aquatone directory anyway, so whatever, change into aquatone again. What? Oh no, that's the executable. Okay, cool. So now I can, I don't know, grab my, actually, we'll just kill that last window. And then from here, let's get out of NSLOOKUP. I'm gonna copy out from opt, aquatone, aquatone. That's the binary application. I'm gonna paste that there. Yeah, ZSH, I don't know, man. I'm like not sure how I feel about it. I feel like it's cool. It's different. That's for sure. I'm trying to get used to it. We'll just kind of see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, Harsho, aquatone's really, really cool. This is my first time. I mean, I've used the new version of Kali. This is like my second or third time, but I still don't have most of my tools on it yet. So yeah, I'm gonna grab. So if we count out this host.txt, we can just go ahead and pipe it. I'm gonna pipe it into aquatone like this, just in case. Oh my god. And let's see what happens. Oh, we need Chrome installed. I think if we come back to here, I think he links to Chrome. Let's try this. I'm doing a lot. Do you guys even care about looking at this aquatone thing? Because I feel like I'm doing a lot to make this work. Basically what's going to happen is it's going to go out to those two hosts. It's going to take a screenshot of them, and it's going to give me a report that shows me the screenshots, but then it also like will group together the titles. So if we had, say, 60 web servers and 10 of them are HP printers, it'll put all those into a group. It'll show me the screenshots of each, but it'll like tell me like, hey, these 10 are just HP printers. Let me move on to the next list of hosts. I could skip over those, or I can come back to them later if I'm trying to like do something crazy with printers. That's kind of like the whole idea. I don't know where the hell that just went. Yeah, I'm going to skip over this. I mean, I think that that's probably going to be the binary. I'm not going to worry about messing with Chrome right now on live stream. We're just going to leave it as is. Okay, so we've got the zone transfer. We've got two different domain names to play with now. So if I come in, we'll do admin.cronos.htb. The other one was cronos.htb. And I guess I need to use HP, cronos.htb, or Cronos, whatever it is. Oh, nice. That's different. Let's view the page source on that. And not a whole lot going on. So I'm going to start by throwing this into a dirbuster. See if I can just kind of copy my command I ran earlier. And then let's see if we can paste that here. The only thing we need to modify really is, well, I guess we'll modify this to be cronos.hb.dir, and then we'll come here and we'll say this is Cronos HTB. Go. So we got those running. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So I usually, like, if I back out a directory here, when I go through and I make my my notes or whatever, inside of this HTTP directory is where I'll throw in the IP and then the name of the box. I like to do that personally because I don't know about you, but my memory fucking sucks. So I like to like look at the IP address. If I've got it in the directory that I'm working in, then I always know like I can just come in and I can change into, god damn it, change into 10.10.10.13, and the IP of the box I'm working is always going to be there. So yeah, that's why I've got it in that way. It is 100% for like record keeping. So I'm just hovering over this. All of these seem to go to like external. If you look in the bottom left corner, I don't know if you can read it, but they all seem to go to like external domains. So I don't know if any of that's going to be relevant for what we're looking to do. We do see a robots.txt, so let's go to that. And it's empty. There also was like a JS directory, I think, but probably just for styling and functionality of the site. I doubt we're going to get much out of this. Yeah, it's using jQuery. So let's go look at the other one, because this one's actually got a login page, which is fun for us. So I'm going to say admin for the login. And we see login name or password is invalid. What if I just say like doesn't exist, admin? So it seems like the error message stays the same no matter what. It also gives us an ad. Bro, I've never seen that in a Hack the Box machine. That's hilarious. Just for fun, let's just throw in some common like symbols. I usually like to throw these. These are perfect for like cross-site scripting. If you're testing for cross-site scripting, it doesn't look like anything's being reflected back into the page. So it's not like we're actually going to get a cross-site scripting here, but these are the symbols I like to use. And then also the quotes can typically break. If there's like SQL injection, it can typically cause a SQL error. Doesn't look like anything happened there. We can say admin or 1 = 1, and then just try to comment it out. And I'll put that in both of these fields. Doesn't look like that did anything. I don't know if that's the right. It might be using that for comment. So yep, I think, I don't know, what other can you use for SQL injection? You've got the dash, you've got the £. I think there's another way to comment out like the rest. Just for fun, I'm gonna throw this into burp. Let's do this again. And if I send this to repeater and send the request, I can view it back, which sometimes in the response you can get extra details out. Still just saying login or password is invalid. Cool. Yeah, yep, I've got the hash. I tried that one. Still seems like the results are the same. If I throw the hash in there instead, so like I've come in, we'll turn proxy off, paste that in, do the hash. Yep, no luck. So I feel like we should run GoBust on this guy too. So what I'm gonna do, if we go back to this other pane, see if I can copy out my GoBust command. Let's just run this. We'll call this admin.cronos. We'll come back. We'll say admin dot. And do we know if this is running PHP? It is. So we'll come back and we'll say, oh. Okay. Instead of HTML, I'm going to use PHP. Hold that run. SQL map. Yeah, so I've never really taken the time to learn how to use that tool because I'm studying for the OSCP, and you're not allowed to use SQL map on the OSCP. So I don't know. I mean, I've seen videos where people use it and it's fun and whatever. People seem to like have success with it, but I'm purposely avoiding that tool for now. Only because I feel like I'd rather manually learn everything. Yep, I've got the -x PHP in there. And it looks like we've got a welcome that came back. And it didn't do jack shit, did it? So come back here. Let's go to my repeater. Can I just say /welcome? Or I guess that's not the right place, is it? /welcome.php. It gives us a 302 nettool v1 trace route and ping, and then it takes us to a logout.php. Interesting. I definitely want to get to that. Did I typo this? Come back. Welcome.php. No, we definitely need to get logged in before we can get there. But that, in the response, is 100% showing us what we want to do. I wonder if I'd be able to... If I get rid of that... I wonder if I can, like, send parameters through my request here and just actually interact with these items. Because right now it's saying post action is equal to that, name, command, value, trace route. And it's a post request, not a get. Nope, I don't have proxy on. You talking about like going to like the welcome, the /welcome PHP? I don't think it's that. We also have a config. Let's go look at that one. And that's not containing anything helpful. Yeah, I mean, we could probably... I would say we could try to brute force this, but the problem is I don't know for sure if the username's admin. I also don't know how much of a delay I have on the stream or not, but no, I don't think it's not being intercepted. Intercept is off. So that's definitely not the problem for us. But I'm thinking for sure we need to get into this welcome PHP because it was doing all kinds of what looked to be like command execution, right? When we came in here and we see the response. So I don't know, because it's a post, if it was a get, then I might have been able to do something like $command is equal to and then type in my command, but it's not. So I don't know if I can just add that as like a parameter down here. We could say action, or I guess it would be command is equal to and then whatever it is that we want to try. I doubt this is going to work, but I'm going to say ping C1 and then my IP, which is 10.10.14 something. Ton 0 is unknown. Ton 0 is 10.10.14.44. And we'll come in and we will URL encode that with Control U. What? Oh shit. Hold up. Control Shift U. Control Shift U. Okay, Control U one time. There we go. Send. So we've got a delay. I don't know if that's because it started the ping and I didn't start my TCP dump. So let's do that. On, I think that's how you do it. Interface ton 0. Whoa. Clear all that. We want ICMP. So if you don't know what I'm doing, basically I'm trying to see if I can issue a ping command. I'm testing to see if I have command execution this way, and I'm starting a TCP dump on my VPN interface. So that way, pretend this right pane, I think you can see it, right? Yeah. So pretend this right pane is the remote system that we're hitting, and this ping command is what I'm trying to issue. So if I issue a ping of -v1 and go into 10.10.14.44, if I hit enter here, we should be able to see that as a response on this left side. The reason we don't is because I'm only listening on ton interface 0. If I get rid of that and I say show me all ICMP traffic and then I run this again, it makes me a liar. But I'm pretty sure, unless that's not my IP, we would be able to see the request hitting our interface over here on this side. So I'm going to run this again. We'll say interface ton 0 ICMP. Exit out of here. And oh, check that out. It looks like we actually did get command execution just based on the output. So I'm going to run this again. And we've got an ICMP echo request and ICP reply. That's awesome. Okay, I didn't think that would work. I was pretty sure we were going to need to actually sign in somehow. But it doesn't look like we need to. Looks like just by observing the request, we can take the code that it displays and form our own command right here and get command execution right through Burp Suite. So that's pretty cool. I guess now what I'm going to do is, I don't know, is netcat on here? We can come in, we can say which netcat. Send that off. And we didn't get anything back. I can't see output. I don't know, can I even see, if I do ls, can I even see output? It doesn't look like I can see output, so it looks like we might be blind a little bit. But we know command execution works. We have only net tools. What's net tools? I don't know what that is. What do you mean? So let's, if we go to reverse shell cheat sheet. You ignore the risk. Oh man, they like super block that. That sucks. Hold on. I don't care. Can I go anyway? That's really lame. Proceed anyway. That's lame. So you're saying do semicolon ls? It doesn't look like it made a difference as far as like being able to see the output. I'm pretty sure this is getting executed. I just don't think the output's being displayed back to us, which is fine. We can, if I can just figure out what the actual reverse shell, I could use like a bash reverse shell. I don't know if netcat's on the box or not, so let's try. That's not the one I'm used to. SoCat, PHP, netcat, Perl, Java, Python. Do we not just have from the title tag? I don't know what the title tag is. In the response or in the request? Because here's the title there. Oh, NetTool v01. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, we could do a quick search on what that tool even is. Yeah. So this talks about an exploit for remote code execution. Nice. Let's see. So it goes to NetTools PHP, ping host command, print. Oh, I guess that is a good point, right? We might. I think I see what you're saying. We only have NetTools in the sense that like I can't run something like ls or I can't run something like ping or anything that's not like ping. That could be very real. Yeah, I might not have command execution outside of something like ping. So I think I get what you're saying now. So if I do a ping-c of 1, 10, 10, 14, 44, and then try to run ls in the same command, maybe it'll go through. So we've got the ping. We definitely saw it hit here, but I'm not seeing... Oh. No, I mean, I think that's still just output from the ping command. We could try which in C. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is all just output from the ping command. So I don't know if we've got the ability to do something that's not ping. That's a good point. But NetTool v0.1, this is an exploit for 2.7. So I don't know if that would work. It might work. We could try that in a second. First, I just want to see if I can even do like a bash reverse shell. So I'm just trying to look up what the syntax is for that. Usually I use pin test monkey, but I guess I can't get there anymore. So bash TCP. This is the one I'm used to seeing. So if I come in, we'll say 10.10.14.44, and I'll use port 443. I always like to use like a real port that's likely going to be allowed outbound. So if you use like a web port, like port 443, your chances of actually making it through any like firewall egress rules are much greater. So I use 443, I use port 80, I use port 53 for DNS, and that's kind of like, as long as you stick to those, I feel like you're going to have the highest chances of actually getting out. If you try using crazy ports, or like 4444, since that's default for interpreter payloads most of the time for Metasploit, any solid firewall is going to block that traffic outbound. So it's just something that I typically will try to do. Let's try to do netcat NVLP 443 with elevated permissions. And let's run it. So we got the ping, but we don't have a connection here. So yeah, I think you guys have an awesome point where we've got the ability to run commands that are allowed through NetTool, but it doesn't look like we'd be able to issue bash commands this way. Unless that shell just is no good. But if we try just running just the bash piece, still nothing happened. Super lame. Let's see if there's anything else in like searchsploit PHP net. Is that it? PHP net? Net tools. I don't know if that's the same thing. NAI, PKI, I don't think that's us. iNet tools for iOS, NetScan tools, PHP net tools. So looks like this is the same thing. So we could try it, see what happens. So what? This is Python. Let's see if we can understand what it's even doing. Nettools.php, is that what I'm calling on? I'm calling on welcome.php. Ping one host, and then they pipe that to command. So they use a pipe symbol. So if instead of that, I could try that. Oh, and it's hanging. Let's go check this out. Come back to 2. But we still don't have... Still don't have nothing. Hey, what's up, Wayne? How's it going, man? I feel like we had something there. Because we got the ping to go through. And then... I don't know why AMI is in here. I think I messed up something. But we got the ping to go through. And then when we piped it, we tried to pipe it to this bash command that should be just like a reverse shell. And it hung for a second. And usually you see that like after it's successful. But it looks like it didn't hang this time. I'm going to redo this because I feel like maybe I just had a typo somewhere. Ping CF1 10 10 14 44. That's for the first part. And then once that command finishes and it's successful, I want to pipe. Well, I guess I wouldn't want to pipe the results. Maybe that's why I didn't like it. It's because it was trying to pipe the results. Let's go back to what that exploit was saying. Because it looked like it piped it and then to whatever it is that you specify as your command. So if your response posts the URL, my code, response line, print the response code, injecting the command, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about like how like the piping it would actually work, I feel like that's not going to work, but we'll see what happens. Copy this again because I didn't save it. This is port 443. And we're doing 10, 10, 14, 44. Yes. Good. I think. select it, Control U to URL encode it, run it, and it errored out right away. So definitely not it. Okay. So let's just download that exploit instead of trying to understand what it's doing like that. Oh, it's a Perl script, not Python. That probably makes more sense as to why the hell I don't know what's going on. So let's copy that, come into here, and we will just make a quick directory. I'll just call it exploit, and we'll change into it. Will be exploit.pl. I'm going to set paste, and then paste it in. Cool. And if the R's are less than 2, report usage is to run the tool, give it the website, give it the directory, and then list what commands you want, I believe, is what that's saying. So let's write that. And then, hold on. How do we run it? Okay, let's make it executable and launch it. Let's try that. So chmod plus x on exploit.py. We run this. Let's just see if it works. Nice. Okay, so we'll run it again. We'll give it the website, which we know is this, but it's not index. We want to do slash, I think it was what, welcome.php. See, it's saying give it the directory, so I might not need to do this. We'll see what happens. And then, yeah, for fun, we'll do lsla. So injecting the command, can't connect to it on port 80. Let's come back here. We'll just say slash. Still can't connect to it. Probably, no, admin.cronos.htb. We can ping it. If we do admin cronos.htb on port 80 through netcat, forward host looked up failed. That's not what I meant to do, I guess. I guess curl http admin. Oh, I had a typo. Cronos.htb. Weird. So we can curl the page, but when I run the exploit, we get 500 can't connect. Name or service is not known. So what it's trying to do, I believe, is connect just right there. And it's not working. So let's try this. Let's come into Python, or Burp Suite. I don't know if this is going to work the way I want it to. I hope it's going to work. I think I can come in. I don't want to add authentication. What about the IP? So I think we have to have hostname, Wayne, because if you go to the IP, we get a different web server that pops up. So like if I go to 10.10.10.13, that's the IP of the box. It takes us to this Apache default page. So I edited my Etsy host file. So that way the IP address is resolvable with that hostname. So if we actually go to admin.cronos.htb, it's the same box, but gives us a different page. So I think we definitely need to give it the full hostname in order for the virtual host routing to work right. What I'm going to try to do is see if I can route it through Burp Suite. Try to kind of look at the request as it goes out and try to make sense of what it's doing. I think we can do that under here. No, man, don't worry. No need to be sorry or nothing. I appreciate it because I was saying earlier, there's definitely a lot that I don't know. So anything you guys can provide as far as like hints or whatever is always welcome. So Codex, you're saying one pipe ping space your IP. You're thinking if you so like command and then ping. Man, I wanted to test this, but now you got me thinking. So let's Control-Shift-U to un-URL encode that. If I'm understanding you right, you're saying to do whatever command you want to run, and then pipe to ping? I still feel like this isn't going to work because if we're piping commands together, right, isn't that just going to break stuff? But before I run that, let's go look at this window where I've got TCP dump running. I'll clear and restart it. And then we've got the listening over there. We'll say send. So check it out. We definitely got the ICMP. Definitely did not get the reverse shell. Still got the output. So I do feel like, though, maybe this executed. Command equal. I've got command equal 1 ping your IP. But what's the point of saying command is equal to 1? Like I just don't see. What's the point of saying command is equal to 1? But anyway, feel free to let me know. I want to try routing our Perl script. If you get reply, then you can replace ping by command. So we got, I'll send this again, we got the ICMP reply, and then you're saying replace ping with like ls or whatever? Okay, why does that work? My response equal browser post URL ping equal to 1 host equal to command. You're talking about the exploit code, right? This guy? Yep. So it's setting. Okay, I gotcha. I see what you mean. I wish I understood the exploit as to why putting a 1 here lets you bypass. I guess 1 is to say use what, bash as your exploit, and then we're saying ls is like the argument to bash. Is that what's going on? But nice, yeah. I think I would have ended up making it work once I routed it through Burp Suite, looked at the request, played with it some from there, figured out why it was returning that error message. But cool, yeah, you just saved me that step. Nice. All right, well, we got command execution. So now that we know how that works, let's go back so I can copy that guy. And we'll say command 1 pipe into that. And then we'll get rid of all this crap. Send. It didn't hang, so I don't think it worked. Let's come in. We'll say Control-Shift-U to un-URL encode that. Oh, it's because I don't have that. URL encode, go. Still not getting what we wanted to see. 10, 10, 14, 44 on 443. That looks right, except it's UDP. I don't know if that makes a difference. We'll say TCP. Still not making a difference. Let's just make sure I still have command execution. We'll say ls. So we can list the contents. Let's see if which netcat. Okay, netcat is on the box. So we can just say netcat 10, 10, 14, 44. What is it, E for bin bash? I think is what we want. I guess when we get reverse shell, we can read the code to figure out why this worked. Yeah, I mean, honestly, we could probably read the code just by querying the page again and looking at the response. I mean, it says the tool form post command. Oh, well, okay. Yeah, maybe we can't see exactly what like it was doing, but what do I got wrong here? Encoding it, I think you have to. I mean, I guess it could be wrong. I haven't tested to see if you don't have to. But yeah, I'm URL encoding it just to make sure that it's not like that it's going to actually go through. I guess I don't know for sure if you need to. But it doesn't hurt to URL encode it. 10, 10, 14, 44, E bin bash. If I were to copy this, run it here, no ports to connect to. Oh, that would be helpful. 443. Okay, then it works. Come back. Copy this out. Paste. Control U. Send. Still not working. Try bin netcat. Nice. Good idea. Still no luck. Maybe bash isn't on the system, so bin sh. Nope. We could try doing which bash. Which sh. Again, ls, just to make sure. Oh, I broke something. Maybe it doesn't like having that URL encoded. Okay. Let's come back. 443. Change this to an equal sign. Bin netcat 443, blah blah blah. Go. It's hanging and nothing. .44 bin bash. I feel like that looks good, guys. Yep. I don't know if there's like a delay in the chat or not. But yeah, I found that. I got that part fixed. One pipe. Now we're trying to do netcat. Doesn't seem to be working for us. We tried bin netcat. I can just try just netcat. Still not working for us. Super lame. Okay. But if we've got command execution, we can try other reverse shells. We can see if Python's on the box. User bin Python. So we can try a Python reverse shell. Let's just look at this guy. Bin sh attack IP 10 10 14 44 port 443, and the rest of that looks fine to me. So come in. And I'm just going to say, to make sure, we'll say user bin Python. Grab all this crap. Cut that out. Come here. Let's make sure we still got command execution. We do with the ls. Paste in the Python. Control U to encode it. And go. And we got a shell. There we go. Alright. We're on the box as www data. Let's take some notes here because I haven't been doing that at all. So I will say initial we found, what was it? admin.h, no, cronos.htb/config.php. Yeah, it feels good to get a shell, man. Allowed us to send the following post command. Come back to burp, grab that junk, and I'll just highlight it all so it's kind of formatted. This allowed for a reverse shell via Python. Okay, so this is my least favorite part, which is privilege escalation. Honestly, I'm not too good at privesc, so let's see how this goes. So we've got all this crap. Let's real quick see if we can improve. Yeah, let's improve on our shell. I don't know why this works, and I'm not honestly going to even pretend to know why it works, but if you watch IPsec videos, he does this thing He does these series of commands that will allow him to spawn a Python TTY and actually have things like the up arrow keys and stuff like that, and tab autocomplete. So I just made this post on it so I can just copy and paste once I get there. So once you do that, he does Control Z, and then he types in sttraw minus echo, and then he types in, what is it, fg enter, enter, and I might have broke it. And that's supposed to take you back to your shell, but I broke it completely. This is my first time trying to use it with ZSH or whatever, so maybe it doesn't work in GSH. I'm going to type reset. Yeah. I made an alias printing these steps. Oh, nice, yeah. Yeah, maybe I should just do that and I won't fuck it up like I just did. So I completely fucked that pain. Let's try to go to... I don't know what this one was for. We'll do netcat, nvlp. Let's just do 9001. We'll see if we can get our shell back. Uh-oh. I don't think it's responding anymore. Might have messed up our box here. Yeah, it does suck when it breaks. I've never had it break on me, but again, I'm new to ZSH. It's my first time trying to do that trick without it. I don't know if I had sttraw minus echo. I mean, I think I did everything right, but maybe it's not happy here. And I have no... See, part of the problem is when you don't understand what it is, like what those commands are that you're doing, you don't know how to fix it when it goes bad. So that's bad on me for never taking the time to actually learn what any of that does. Oh, I'm listening on 443 again. So maybe the port's not in use. Oh, my accept header got boinked. Let's come back. Let's just copy this for my notes. I guess I don't need to. I can just hit back. I guess I can't. Paste that in. And I can't send it because it's hanging. So let's come into intercept and go admin Cronos HTB /config. Send this one to repeater. Paste that. Go. Welcome, admin, accept. It doesn't like something. And I can't send it again. Nope. Admin.cronos HTB port, I think 80. It's weird. So I'm not getting a response back when I do it in burp. Let's just make sure. Oh, I just like crashed that web server. I'm gonna revert the box. Okay, so that box should be reverting now. And we'll just ping it, and we'll see when it comes back to life. So yeah, I don't know why that didn't work. Can we not use Python, TTL, and ZSH? I don't know, I guess what I'm looking for. Upgrade, Python, shell, ZSH. That's just bash. Wayne. So an attacker or a pin tester? Because an attacker would probably be like, man, that sucks, and then move on. Usually when you have like an initial foothold, one of the first steps you do is to create persistence, right? So before I tried to get fancy with upgrading my shell, if I'm a bad guy, I'm probably going to drop SSH keys. And if, because SSH was open on the box. So if I can drop an SSH key, then maybe I could then actually like SSH back into the box later. So even if I crash the web server, or even if the box reboots or something like that, or the web server goes offline for maintenance, I can still get in to the machine a different way. So doing some sort of persistence, maybe trying to install malware that could be like a command and control, that connects it back to like a C2. That would be what I would do as an attacker. As a pin tester, I would just reach out to whoever it is that, I'd reach out to the customer and I'd let them know, hey, I crashed your stuff, my bad. And hopefully they're not too mad and it's an easy enough fix. It happens. It's happened to me definitely before. OneDrive is freaking out because I have malware stored in it. Sorry for all the beeps on my computer. I don't know. I wasn't really watching this. Did this like die and then come back? I feel like the machine hasn't reverted yet. Yeah, I still can't get to this page. I can get to that page. What was it? Was it welcome.php that redirects back to login when things are working? Yep. Redirects back to index. So if we come back into here, come back to this, we go to welcome PHP. I meant to have intercept on. Try that again. Okay, send that to repeater, and struggle getting initial foothold on machines. See, I'm kind of like opposite. I feel like I can get initial foothold most of the time. Like, again, I'm not an expert, and if it's a tricky machine, then I'm not going to be able to. But like, on my last OSCP attempt, I got initial foothold on 4 out of the 5 machines, and I rooted 2 of them. So there were 2 computers that I didn't have root on, but I did have an initial shell, and then there was just 1 machine that I couldn't even get an initial shell on. But it wasn't enough to pass. I was 1 flag away. So if I either got an initial shell on that 5th machine, or I prevessed on one of those other 2 that I had shells on, I would have passed. So I'm really hoping come Sunday I'll be ready, but my privilege escalation's probably going to kill me, to be honest with you. But we'll see. I've gone through the Tiberius Privest course, and I've been trying to like really focus on privilege escalation, so we'll see if maybe I can pull it off this time. But command is equal to 1 pipe ls. Let's just make sure this is working. And it's not. Welcome PHP. We send this off, we get this. Command equal 1 pipe ls. That's what we had before, right? I swear that's what we had before. Command equal to 1 pipe, and then whatever your command is. That going to admin Cronos HTTP on welcome PHP. No, I haven't done sans. I did the Tiberius privilege escalation. Oh, it's because this is a GET. So I'm going to change request to post. Now we'll try it. There we go. Now we got that. So let's grab our Python magic. That's not what I wanted. Let's go into a leaf pad, or not. Let's go into a notepad then. Throw this into notepad just to make sure I can clear any formatting. Grab all of that. And then we'll go back into our box, which, that one. Okay. And we'll set up netcat nvlp 443. Go. Okay, we got our shell. I'm not messing with it. We're just going to have to deal with a crappy shell. That's fine with me. So let's go ahead and, I mean, what we can do now is we can just kind of start by looking through. So like if we look at config PHP, we've definitely got a database and, okay, database creds. That's pretty cool. Let's come in here. I'll make a new thing for creds. I'm just going to throw the whole thing in there, but we've got an admin credential to the database. Let's see what else we got in here. Index, PHP. That was logging in, right? That was that first login page we couldn't get to. If we cat out welcome.php, we can try to understand what was going on to that backend. Yep, I'm using, it's called Cherry Tree. It's super useful. I use it for, like, everything. I've got all kinds of notes for different, you can have like different Cherry Tree documents. Think like OneNote, where you can have different like OneNote notebooks. So I use this one for Hack the Box. As I've just gone through the different Hack the Box machines, I type my notes out through it. It's pretty cool. If you like the, what is it, hierarchy based is what they call it, where you can have a node and then a child node and a child node. So I like that. So option ping C1 ping. Output for each output is out. I'm just trying to see. I don't understand PHP too well. I'm hoping I can just read my way through it. But I'm looking to see if there's anything in here that could explain why it was acting the way it was. Where if we did like one and then we pipe the command that we wanted. I think that's all from, yeah, so cat welcome PHP. So this down is what we care about. So it includes session. It's making sure it's a post. The command is equal to whatever you specified in the parameter. Host is equal to whatever you specified in the host. And then it just passes that over to exec. It does command and then does its thing. It doesn't seem like it does any filtering here. So I don't know why we couldn't have just ran commands right out the gate. Hey, what's up, DJ? Strimmer in this world record pace. I don't know what the hell you're saying. Cool. Whatever. We got a database credential, so that's pretty cool. Let's see if we can have... Does MySQL in here? Access denied. Using password? No. Oh, man. So... If we go back to our nmap scan, which is in here somewhere, just change into nmap. If I cat initial nmap, so we got port 80. That's the highest port that we've got open. So it doesn't look like 3306 is open. I think I can do a netstat and look at all of the different ports, and if we search for 3306, so we do have a database, but it's listening on localhost. I'm hoping maybe we can take this credential that we found from that config file, sign into the database as admin, and then maybe we could like dump all the records in the database and find a credential that would work. We could also maybe just try password reuse. So if we come to our box here and I do a quick, come on, hold on, I'm messing up something. It's not letting me type. Lost my shell. Come back to burp. Send it again. Okay. Let's just cat Etsy password. So we've got a list of users on the box. Wonder if I can use, I don't know, no ULIS and bind. Those seem to be all for like specific binaries. I don't see like an actual user on here. I just see who we are right now and then root. So if that's the case, yeah, we don't have the home directory. I mean, we could just try to SSH into the box as root using that password. And it didn't work. If we had SSH access, we could open up like a SSH reverse tunnel, and I could use MySQL locally from my Kali machine through the tunnel and then do... Yeah, I don't know if that no ULIS, I assume that was a binary, but maybe it is a custom username. Okay, maybe it's just an actual username, because the only thing that comes up is... what was it? NOULIS? Is that what it was? NOULIS, yep. And that didn't work for his password either. That's cool. Let's come back here. We could run something like linpeas or linenum. I don't know if I've got winpeas downloaded, but I don't have linpeas. Copy that. Let's just change into op real quick, and we'll do a wget on that. And then I'll make directory here for linpeas, and we'll move linpeas.sh into our linpeas directory. What? Oh. Okay. And then exit out of that. Let's make a new pane, and we'll do a quick copy of opt linpeas, throw that here. Make a quick www directory. I'm gonna move my linpeas into www. We'll change into it, and then we'll do Python 3 http.server on port 80. Come here, see if I can change into temp. Cool. And then I can just do... Actually, I want to try something that I haven't tried before. I made a post on it, but I don't remember trying it, which was using curl, I think, to transfer a file and then execute it straight into memory, so you don't have to like write it to disk. So there's a way to do it with netcat, and then there's a way to do it with wget. So I want to try that out. So if I come in just to prepare the command, I'll do it here. So attack IP is 10.10.14.44. I think this is all lowercase .sh. Pipe that into bash. Something like that. Yeah, I'm using... It's like a no-name brand. It's called Bloody. I had never heard of it before, but... yeah, that's what I'm using for my keyboard. I feel like I like it because like when you're doing hacker shit, you can like type super fast. It goes click, 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 right? And then like you hit enter, and it's just like bam, you know? Anyway, that was just me nerding out for a second. So we did the wget, and we tried to pipe it into bash, and it didn't work. So whatever, my trick sucks. We'll do wget again. Oh, it might be because I didn't do HTTP. Is that possible? Did it ever hit the web server? It hit something. I got a broken pipe error. That's pretty cool. Let's try that again. Yeah, we're just getting... We're getting broken pipes over here. I mean, we could try Python m simple HTTP server port 80 in case that makes a difference. Of course, my up keys don't work. That's fine. And we still got a broken pipe. So that just sucks. It's fine. So we'll do sudo. We'll run that again, actually. But instead of trying to do it straight into memory, I'll just do HTTP tin. I got some random blue switches. Cola plumber. Tintin 1444 lin peas sh. Okay, so it'll download it that way. Maybe it's just too large to do it the other way. I don't know. Then we can do +x linpeas.sh, and then we can run linpeas.sh. What? Oh, I feel like... Huh. Y'all, that's my fault. So when I went to download it, I must have had the wrong link. I had this copy link location. So I downloaded this. I didn't actually download the code. I downloaded the entire GitHub page. So what I want to do is go to raw. And I want to download this. Throw that into my op directory. I'm just gonna remove. We'll change it to it. And then we'll remove it from here. Then we'll wget that. Permissions denied, not for long. Okay, that looks much better. Yeah, no, it's still cattying, man. I feel like I'm gonna have to kill my... Okay. Right as we talked about it, it finished up. That was a big-ass page. Okay, let's copy opt linpeas. Oh, I guess I gotta probably... Sorry, I like a lot of pains, which is probably just dumb, but whatever. I'm gonna remove linpeas.sh. I probably don't need sudo on that one. Or maybe I do. Oh my god. Great. Thank you. Sudo copy. I don't want to copy that. linpeas, copy that here. Okay. Whew. Let's try this again. Maybe this will work. Paste that, throw it into bash, download, and file not found. Where did I copy it to? Oh, I moved it. Put it in the wrong place. We need to put that in dub. Now we'll try this again. Okay, cool, it worked. Okay, so what I did, if we look at this, you're doing the wget. Usually if you have a dash lowercase o, that's to like output your file, and you would specify like the name of the file you want to output it to. But if you use a dash capital O, and then you use another dash right after that, that specifies to take the contents of the file and just display it out of std out, like standard output. And so it'll just write it out to the console. So we're saying like this is the file we want to go download, display that out to the console, and then if we pipe that into bash, as it gets displayed to the console, it's gonna send it over to bash. So yeah, it makes it to where we never even have to write it to disk. That could be helpful because if you're on a pen test assessment, you probably don't want to write it to disk because you might forget to delete it, right? And you just don't ever want to leave files behind. It's just best practice not to leave files. But if you're an attacker, you definitely don't want to write to disk because they could have alerts set up, right? If you've got like a random bash script that just gets dropped on a system, that could set off alerts. Also, antivirus evasion. If you pipe it straight into memory and execute it straight into memory, you don't write it to disk, AV can't scan it. It typically helps a little bit. So, anyway, that's all I know. What do you guys got? Yeah, I think that's... We could always just have like a pane on the right side running like a tree command to just constantly scroll. I feel like I should have like a TV behind me that's just like constantly scrolling. Makes you feel like a real hacker. I'm actually surprised we have color. With this shitty shell, we actually have color. Did I do it in the right... I just want to make sure I actually did it in the reverse shell window, and I think I did, so... Alright, we got color. I have taken my OSCP, but I failed it twice. So I've got my third attempt coming on Sunday. It's a very hard exam for sure, but I'm hoping I'm ready this time around. wget would not wget the file into the machine. That's what you're saying. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, because what we're doing is we're saying throw it into the standard output and then pipe it straight into bash. It doesn't actually download the file to the machine. It just downloads the file, displays it into the actual console, and then pipes all that into bash so it executes straight into memory. I could have just as well downloaded it as a file, made it executable, and then executed it. But doing it this way is a little bit cleaner. So we got ping and netcat. Dealing with maybe an older version. I can copy this out. If we wanted to go out and look for like kernel exploits, we could. I'll call this privesc. I've got an older version of sudo, I guess, that may or may not be vulnerable, and I just messed up my window. Let's go all the way back up. Failed your first attempt, but you passed on the second, dude. Good job, man. Yeah, I almost made it on my second attempt. I was a single flag away. I had like 62.5 points or something. So if I had just gotten one more flag, I would have passed. But yeah, I'm hoping this time I'll be ready. So I'm just going to skim through this because there's always a ton of crap here. And I'm just going to look for anything that's like got color. Those are all processes running as root. I think that's why all those are colored out. Got Apache 2, dump creds from memory as root. Whoa. So we've got a scheduled, because it's got all stars, it runs every minute. Looks like it's a schedule, and I might have lost my shell again or something. But we've got an executable here that runs as root every minute. That's probably for sure something we need to take a look at. Did I turn in the lab report? I did not, because I didn't bother. I write a lot of reports for work. I'm a pen tester already, so I would have, of course I would have wrote the report if I felt like I had enough points to pass. But since I didn't, I just counted them up. Like, there's no way I had enough points to pass. And I didn't do the lab report. Oh, I see what you're saying. That's what you asked. The lab report, for those that don't know, when you're going through taking the OSCP and you go through the coursework, there's like a series of questions that they'll ask you for each chapter. And if you go through and you answer those, in addition to rooting, 10 machines, I think? You have to root 10 machines in the lab and then write like write-ups on each of those. And if you submit both of those items when you take your OSCP exam, they give you an extra 5 points. No, I did not do that either, because the time commitment to do that, I felt like I would have just lost too much lab time since it's so expensive. Not the lab machine piece, that part for sure I could do the write-ups on. It was just the first part of actually getting, all of the questions answered. I feel like I would have just taken too much time. But who knows? You did the lab report, I'm guessing, and I didn't, and you passed, and I didn't. Maybe there's a correlation there. You still need to get a pen testing job, dude. Don't sweat it. Like, just keep grinding. I made a video. I don't know if it's helpful for you. I made a video that just kind of talked about like how I got into ethical hacking this year and like what I did. And it just talked about like networking and just the different things. Getting a job in pen testing is more than just being good at pen testing. Like, obviously you need to have the skills. But being able to communicate, put yourself out there and communicate to employers at like what you're willing to do and how much you're willing to learn and all that. That sounds like kind of messed up, but you get what I'm trying to say. So LinPs produce so much output that I actually can't scroll up anymore in Tmux. So we just missed a ton of stuff, but there was something in cron job that we definitely wanted to take a look at. So we'll take a look at the cron tab here afterwards. Is a virtual machine. OSWE. Oh man. So I'm hoping I can just get the OSCP done with and like behind me, because I am ready to move on to the next thing. And I think OSWE is definitely like the next thing that I want to move on to. Grant, feel free to reach out to me, man, on LinkedIn or something if you'd like to. I'm sure you can find me. I don't hide. And we can chat sometime. I'd love to, you know, I mean, I can help connect you with people I know. I don't know anyone that's hiring, but who knows? Maybe in the future they will be. Anything I can do to try to help you out. The OSWE, I definitely want to try that next, so good luck. I bet it's a lot of fun. Oh, cool. So here's that cron job. I think someone had asked what a cron job is. Basically, that's like how you use, it's like Task Scheduler in Windows. It's how you schedule tasks to run on a regular basis. So I think this one is like, is that years, months, days, hours, minutes, I think. And so that's what each one of these represent. So when you have a star on each, it basically means it's running every single minute. I could totally be wrong on that. I hope I'm not. And then it's running as root, and it looks like it's using PHP to run that file. So, and then any output, dev null, it looks, well, I guess all output is sent to dev null, and then error is sent to standard out, I think is what that's saying. And I keep scrolling down for some reason. Okay, we're moving on. Cool. Yeah, feel free to hit me up on Twitter or something if you want to chat sometime. Definitely let me know how your definitely let me know how your exam goes. Did you say that you're doing the OSWE exam this week? So like we saw before, we've got the SQL database, and then we've also got something on port 953. I don't think I remember seeing that one, so I'm going to take a screenshot of that. We'll throw our screenshot here. Thursday. Well, good luck, man. PGP keys, data. Can't do anything with sudo L. Super users of root. Last logon, root. Okay, so this no ULIS person, no ULIS or whatever, does seem to be an actual user who logs into the machine. So that's cool. Possible SSH keys. We're seeing that Laravel thing again. So that was what's set up to run as a scheduled task. So we definitely want to take a look at that. Let's copy the whole thing. There's a lot of stuff in that Laravel file. Maybe that's what we were in, because I think we did look at the database.php. So we've got SUIDs on these items. I'm looking to see if I recognize any of them as like what I know to be a way to escalate. I am taking using Greenshot, yeah. So I like it. Just use print screen, you select and what you want, and then you've got all these like different editing functionality. I use it all the time. Like I always use this to add a border, and then I'll like highlight what it is that I want, or I'll point to it. It's awesome. Yeah, so I'm no pro, man. The only way that I even know how to use Tmux is because I forced myself. So what I did to force myself, and for whatever reason, I don't know, does this ever happen to you guys where, so like this bottom half, I can click and highlight stuff, right? But like as I'm moving up further, like right here, I can't click. I'm clicking, but it's not doing anything. I come down further, now I can click, but I can't go above right here. So I can't click onto Firefox anymore. I have to like tab complete. I don't know what the hell that, I don't know what causes that, but that happens from time to time with my VMs. And I'm running this on Oracle Box. I've tried it in VMware. I'm using all of the VMware tools and everything. Oracle Box tools, all up to date. So I don't know. I think if I restart the VM, it helps for a little bit, but then it typically comes back. Super pain in the ass. But my point in saying all this is I ended up making this post about, it's like a Tmux cheat sheet. And I had to reference this, like, the first 2 weeks of ever using Tmux, I had this open the entire time, and I had to always constantly, like, reference it. So I'd highly recommend doing something like this for yourself. Just like, IPSEC has an awesome video on how to use Tmux and, like, the different things that he did. This is where I took it from. So yeah, feel free to come here and try to, like, learn from this. I can do a video. I probably should, just so that way, like, it helps me learn it more. So yeah, I'll probably make a video. That's a good idea. Anyway. Backup files, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about the rest of it at this point. I want to go look at... Let's go into here. We'll change into... What was it? var dub. And then... Were we an admin before? Yeah, we were an admin. So let's change into this one. And now we've got all kinds of crap in here. And if we looked at our note, we had said that Artisan is set to run on a schedule. So let's go type the content, or sorry, let's go cat the contents of that. And it's a PHP script. Do we have edit permissions? On Artisan, we've got read and execute. Oh, but we own it. So we probably do have output is not from terminal. I'm just testing real quick. Oh god. Oh god. I've got a terrible shell. This is gonna be bad. Yeah, my prefix key is default. I use Control B. So I mean, I guess I could just do a quick demo right now. I don't have to make a video on it. That'll save me from dealing with that nasty PHP file. So yeah, I use Control B. That's my prefix key. So before I do anything in Tmux, I have to do Control B. And then if I wanted to split my pane horizontally, I think is how you say that. If I wanted to do that one right there, I do my prefix key, so I do Control B, and then I do double quotes right here. And so you do have to hold Shift and hit that single quote key to make the double quote, right? So technically I'm pressing 4 keys every time I do this. I do Control B, and then I do that. Hey man, I don't know if you remember this. I tried to stabilize that shell and we lost it. Okay? So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna pull that off. And then to split the pane the other way, you do Control B and then %. So again, just split it like that. And then Control B plus, or sorry, space. We'll just reorganize everything. I use that one quite a bit. To move between them, you do Control B and then the up arrows in the direction that you want to go. Right? So now we're moving all between them. Honestly, that's it. I mean, you can do, like if I type a bunch of stuff in here, and then you could scroll up by doing Control B, and then you have to hit like one of the brackets, and then page up or whatever. But yeah, I mean, all that stuff's in my cheat sheet. It's honestly intimidating at first, but it's not so bad once you learn it. And I don't know how I'm going to do this. Let's see if I can escape, quit. Oh, shit. Okay, I quit. Whew. I don't know how I'm going to edit that file without stabilizing that shell, and I don't know how I'm going to stabilize that shell. We're going to try it again, guys. We're going to see what happens. So let's come back to... Oh my god, I can't click up there. Okay. Control B, X, bang bang, and you might get bigger hands. I don't get it. You can increase your scroll buffer size too. Oh, nice. I didn't know you could do that, Grant. That's actually really cool to know. I probably should do that. Because I always end up like letting it run like halfway, and then I'll stop it. I'll go into like edit mode or whatever it's called, and then I'll like read half the output and then read the other half after. So yeah, no, that's cool. I haven't played with any of the configuration. I know the cool thing about Tmux is you can add like all kinds of plugins and stuff, and I haven't played with any of that yet. Let's see if I can pull this off. So again, if we come back to try to upgrade this, we're going to use Python. I'll try Python 3 this time, in case it makes a difference. Except I didn't type it right, and I don't have arrow keys, so it's going to arrow out. Okay. Let's see if just doing that alone will make it to where we can actually interact with this a little bit better. So if we go back into, what was the file? Artisan. Nope. Still can't interact with it. Worth a damn. Damn it. So we got that part. The next part is to Control Z, type in stt raw minus echo. So Control Z, stt raw minus echo, and then fg enter. Yeah, same thing as last time just happened. Cool. Grant, do you know why this is happening? So this is my first time trying to use Python to like spawn a better shell, like a more improved shell. But for whatever reason, set term. So usually what I would do is after that I would set term equal to x term. You thinking I should do that first or whatever? It's probably too late now because I'm stuck in this and I can't like reset out of it. So don't know, bro. It's super weird. How do you once you foreground a task, how do you bring it back? Or once you background a task? That's what FG is, right? I can't kill that at all, so that's fun. Let's just come back to burp. Actually, I guess we'll set up a listener. Yeah. Yeah, I tried FG and it wasn't working for me. Damn. Oh my god. All kinds of issues. So we got our shell back. I change back into LAVL. Let's see if I can transfer that file. How big is it? It's not crazy big. I could probably just transfer it using base64. So base64 w0 and then the file name. And then we can copy all of that. And then in a shell that's not super blinked, let's just exit out of this one. I'm gonna move into, I guess I'll just throw in the dub for now. What is it? Echo that, pipe it over to base 64-D, I think. Yep. And then I could output that as, I don't remember what it was called, so I'm just gonna call it file.text. And just because I don't want to deal with text editors anymore, I'm gonna use this. Okay, so now that we got the file on our machine, we can see what it's doing. So this runs every minute. What I'm thinking is, what if we just did a PHP reverse shell in here? Like, we just add that as a line, and then once it executes, we get a shell. That seems like a good idea, right? Thanks, I thought so too. Assuming that'll work, exec bin sh. That looks good to me. Let's see. I'm just gonna throw it right at the top. I'll say 9001, and we'll do 1010. Nope, 1444. Yeah, yeah. Why not? Okay, so now what did we do? We did base 64W0, I think it was, and then the file name, file.text. But that I don't really need to. It's already in the dub directory. Let me just get my shell back. Actually, I already got my shell back right there. So let's just do a wget on http 10.10.10.13. Nope. 10.10.14.44 slash, I think I called it file.text, right? And then output that as the actual file name, which is artisan. And I'm hoping that's going to overwrite it. I don't know if it will. About to find out. We didn't get an error. So now, if I do netcat mvlp 9001, we say date, maybe in 9 seconds that'll execute and we'll get a shell. I don't know, guys. I'm just going on a whim here. Okay. I don't know why I'm having so much issues with wget. So when I cat the file, the output of the was like, it didn't actually output it as whatever. How did I do that? Let's try that again. So wget http 10.10.14.44 file.txt, output that as artisan, right? Isn't that how that works? We got the get cat artisan. Yeah, what the fuck? I don't know. Cat file.txt. It's got the actual file. Is it curl that I'm thinking? http 10.10.14.44 slash file.txt. Output that as artisan. That might be what I'm thinking. Yeah, there we go. And then also probably need to make that executable. Okay. 40 seconds. Let's just make sure my code is in it. Which it is right there. Right there. Oh, maybe. It might be dash capital O. You could be correct. Ten seconds? 8 seconds? 6 seconds? 5, 3, 2, 1. Wow, that failed. Okay, So that didn't work. Why did that not work? That seemed promising, didn't it? Is it because we have php-r? EJ, I know you're good at PHP. Can you... Why didn't this work? Is it because I'm already in a PHP file, so I don't need this? If I get rid of this, will that actually then pass... Right? Like, I don't need this part, I'm guessing. I'll wait for the stream to catch up so you can tell me. I mean, we can just try it, see what happens, but... Good call. I'll take it as the right answer. So then we'll come into file.txt. Yeah, Grant, that's what I was thinking too, man. So then we'll delete that, get rid of the quote on the other end. That should do it. Get out of this junk. We'll do a quick R code, run PHP code without using the script tags. I think that's what I did. 1010 1444 file.txt. Output that to artisan, just in case. We'll do chmod plus x on that. I don't know if this step's actually needed, but whatever. And then we'll say date 15 seconds. Just to make sure it's got what we want. That looks like it would work, I think. It didn't work. We're past the timer. You don't need the php-r. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I removed that. Still not working for us, I don't believe. And I don't really see the reason why. 9001. Oh, we gotta connect. I guess we just didn't wait long enough. That did work. Let me exit out of this bottom one, and we do who am I? Yo, we just rooted this box. Thank you. I owe this to all of you guys. That's awesome. We rooted the box. And I was about to say I did it without any help, but I'm literally on live stream asking for help, so that I guess it's not true. Cool. Let's go into here. And do I want to cat root.txt only? Whatever. If you guys want to cheat, that's on you. I'm going to cat this, and I'm going to go throw this into my hack the box, whatever. It's a retired machine. You guys could probably Google the flag if you wanted to. So root.txt, I mean, honestly, it was pretty easy. We just had to run, I mean, linpeas told us straight up. It's like, hey, go look at this file, go look at this cron tab, right? So it was pretty simple, I feel like, to actually find the privesc on this one. But, and then, where's user? What's the user? Change into here, change into home. No. Change into that one. I don't know how to pronounce that dude's name. And then we'll cat out user.txt. I kind of hate boxes where you skip over the user. We didn't really do anything with him. We also didn't do anything with those database creds. I probably could have, right? Like, we probably could have tried to do like some sort of SSH tunnel and try to pull the creds out through that, if there's maybe something in the database. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys coming to hang out, man. So I don't really do these live streams often. This is the third one I've ever done, and the second one I ever did was like just a conversation with people. So it's kind of cool. I felt like this was awesome. We had a few people here the entire time that kind of like chatted it up, so that's awesome. So I appreciate every one of you guys to come and hang out and say hi. I don't have anything else. I think I'm going to call it quits here, but thank you all again for checking this out. And I'll probably do this again later on in the week. I'm studying for OSCP, so you know, as I do more and more hack the box type stuff, then yeah. Conda, where have you been, bro? Have you been here like just creeping the whole time, and you're just popping out now that I'm about to hop out? What's getting bigger? Thanks, Grant. I appreciate it, man. Good luck to you on your OSWE. I can't wait to hear about the results. Feel free to like tag me or something. I'd love to see. I want to make sure I see like what it is that, you know, whether or not you pass. It's cool. I mean, what do you mean, man? You gotta always be watching my stuff all the time. Yeah, I'd love to collab sometime. Let me know what works for you. I've got a lot of free time. I mean, I'm doing OSCP study this week, so this actually might be a really good week if it's a OSCP type machine. So hit me up. Come January, I'm probably going to be working a lot more. So this would definitely be the better month to do. So let me know what works for you. I can work around your schedule. A race. EJ. I don't know, man. Konda got 90 points on his OSCP. Yeah, that'd be fun. We could totally do a race. I mean, if it's a retired machine, we might have already looked at him, because I don't know how many of he's done, but I've glanced at basically all these in the list. I haven't done them all, but I've glanced at them all. So it might be kind of unfair, like, you know, if I've seen it before or whatever. He goes, I'm scared. Whatever, dude. Cool. All right. I'm going to bail out of here, guys. Probably go hang out with my girlfriend, eat some food or whatever. So thank you all for hanging out, and I'll check you guys out next time.